Welcome to Tearing Down Town Hall, the first chapter in a four-part series called The Turmoil in Tabernacle. At the February 26th committee meeting in Tabernacle, New Jersey, a vote was taken where 3 members of a 5-member township committee voted to demolish a 150-year-old historically protected building that had been used as the old town hall since 1966 up until 2 years ago. This vote enraged the local citizens, with several letting the trio know that their hasty decision to demolish the building just might lead to their own political demise. At the next meeting on March 25th, a claim was made by an architect working for the township, Scott England, that he could see the building leaning by just looking at it from an adjacent parking lot. Only the store's parking lot is nearly 600 feet away, making his claim not very believable. A woman screamed out from the audience, "What will happen if the building falls onto a busload of school children that drive by it every day?" And the building inspector, Tom Boyd, along with the township engineer, Tom Lisi, both declared that the building was in imminent danger of collapse, and with that, they voted to close the busiest road in the rural farming community of just over 7,000 residents for what they thought would only be 3 weeks until the demolition was complete. Only they did not count on me coming to town. My name is Patrick Duff, and I provide a special service, one that uses a mixture of investigative journalism, political lobbying, and rabble-rousing at public meetings to shine a light on local corruption, where I question the same officials that I write about like I am some sort of New Age Columbo mixed with Reverend Billy Graham. When I was first contacted 3 days later on March 28th to help save the old town hall, I made my first Facebook post on the town's most popular group that read, "I'm coming to Town Tabernacle to find out what's going on with the old town hall." After seeing the structure a day later for myself, and thinking that what the town's building inspector, architect, and engineer were saying was a load of crap, I made the town's committee and professionals an offer. "Okay, Tabernacle officials who want to tear down the town hall, I will make a deal with you. Allow me to have the town hall inspected by a professional architect and structural engineer to prepare their own engineering report so an independent professional can give their opinion on the structural integrity of the building, and I will accept the opinion whatever it might be. Or, door number 2, don't allow for an outside professional to determine the structural integrity of the town hall and have me investigate your local government for the next couple of months," which didn't go so well for Medford officials, several who are not sitting in power anymore. What do you say, Deputy Mayor Natalie Stone? Natalie Stone was a person who I had interacted with previously in Medford after I had exposed her best friend, Nicole Stouffer, for lying about an incident where she purposely threw trash and other items all over the road next to baseball fields in an attempt to prove that the MYAA doesn't clean up after themselves. Stouffer was ticketed by police, but Judge Peter Lang later dismissed all charges, with Stouffer's attorney claiming that the state could not reach their burden of proof, even though there were 3 eyewitnesses to Stouffer spazzing out and a video that clearly showed she was the culprit. After Stouffer had her charges dismissed, she went down to Medford's council and asked that the officers who ticketed her be investigated for screaming in her face like a 12-year-old boy drinking a beer. But the body camera footage showed no such thing, which after I released it to the public, Stouffer doubled down and claimed the cops were still lying. The next morning, I got an anonymous email that included the video from the MYAA fields, clearly showing Stouffer pulling trash cans into the road, strewing trash onto the road, and ripping signs off of the dugout that she also left in the road next to the field. When I released the video, only I made it into a workout video with funny commentary. Stouffer, who normally never shuts her massive pie hole, became silent. That's when Stone reached out to me in a very long-winded message asking me to take it easy on old Nicole, who had just tried to get an officer fired by lying about her interaction with him, so I wasn't willing to oblige. Part of what Stone wrote said, "This is not playing the vagina card. However, if there's a dude that's kinda like up your wazoo on the internet, it's creepy, and you can feel threatened by it. You're not a girl, so I don't expect you to get this. I just wanted to let you know that it's been done to me before, so I'm sensitive to it. and it's very menacing and very uncomfortable, and so the last thing you want to do is go and have a dialogue with the man who is torturing you, so to speak. I wanted to tell you that privately because I didn't want to bring a factor into the conversation publicly, for your sake. Again, it's been done to me before, and it's very uncomfortable, and I'm very old school. I don't like to go anywhere alone without my husband most of the time, and if I do, I get an escort when I can, and I always have since I was young. I make sure if I'm alone, somebody always walks me to the car. I wrote back, simply saying, "Please stop playing her as a victim." And I sent an image of 2 side-by-side photos that showed that Stuffer had turned her shirt inside out after the first time she talked to police and claimed she had nothing to do with trashing the roads. Stone responded, "Maybe she had a chocolate on the front of her shirt. It's a non-issue. No crimes committed. Forget about it. It's done. Not much to sink your teeth into here." After Stone sent me this message, a friend let me know that she was just elected to Tabernacles Township Committee, so I sent her another message. Sure there was. Someone vandalized the area directly behind her home, and she lied about it to the officer. Yet you don't give a shit? Some council person you'll make. I'll make sure to come take a look at Tabernacle next. A promise that would soon come true. I guess this is as good of a time as any to tell you that Stone and Stuffer have been acting as a pair of online bullies in the town of Medford for well over a decade, playing the part of online bouncers for the local administration that they helped get elected, which includes Mayor Chuck Watson, a.k.a. Beer-Drinking Chuck. In 2022, the bat signal went up over Medford when the Carnes family found themselves in a battle with the local government after they outed the mayor for not paying a $450 firewood bill to a local newspaper. But after doing so, all hell broke loose, which included a full-court press by Stuffer attacking me, the family, and anyone who supported the Carnes family. The stories of how low Stuffer will go are endless, who is a proud founder of the New Jersey Project, which is a group that was just named to the list of hate and anti-government groups in America by the Southern Poverty Law Center. Stuffer put together an online campaign against one school board president, Sean Spiller, that was so worrisome to authorities that she received a visit from the Department of Homeland Security, who she had to admit, under the penalty of lying to a federal agent, that she had at least 6 online aliases other than her own that she used in her harassment of Spiller and others. So that being said, I felt that Stone was the weakest link in the house of cards, which consisted of the engineer, architect, and building inspector who claimed that the building was about to fall on the road, and the 3 committee people who voted to demolish the town hall. So that's why I named Stone specifically in the deal I tried to make to bring an independent structural engineer, but she chose to go with door number 2 and have me hang around to investigate, which, as you will hear, doesn't go so well for the new pro-demolition crew. When something doesn't make sense, with a C, it's probably because somebody is making some dollars, which in my line of work means follow the money. The money in this case was easy to see. It was the proposed $14 to $18 million new municipal complex that was set to be built just down the street from the old town hall. So one has to wonder, why then the need to demolish the old town hall if a new one was going down the street?